Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu amma ba'd. A'udzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa nazzalna alaykal kitaba tibyanan likulli shay'in wa hudan wa rahmatan wa bushra lil muslimin. Sadaqallahul azim. سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم حتى يتبين لهم أنه الحق. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. ربي زدني علما. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We return once again after a week's gap with this week's analysis of global events and its relationship with Islamic eschatology. So today is Monday, 15 September 2014. So we will be covering Tuesday to Monday as we have been doing for the past few weeks. So Tuesday, 9 September 2014 to today, Monday, 15 September 2014. As we had hinted last week as well, we have not yet uploaded last week's analysis. This is because we have been uploading the 2013 retreat videos and we do not want to break the flow. So by the time we return for next week's analysis, we will obviously be already recording. We would have already recorded this week's analysis, but we will not upload this week's analysis. We will just complete the retreat videos at one go and then upload all of it together. So that was about the update. And coming to this week's analysis, we start with Tuesday, 9 September 2014, and we read the most important news for the day. CIA brutality on Al-Qaeda suspects, how CIA had tortured Al-Qaeda suspects. By the way, some of you have been kind enough to post a lot of comments, and mostly critical, not even critical, outright negative, outright insulting comments, and thanks for that. I mean, you must have the acumen, very low intellectual capability, so as not to be able to understand even after the picture has been clarified to you in such an easy manner. If you can think for yourself about this particular news, why it has been published on Tuesday. Think for a while why these sort of news are being published. Do you have the capability and the insight to assess why this is being done? If you have the capability, then you have every right to criticize or otherwise post negative comments. But even if you don't have that, in fact you don't have any understanding, you don't have any capability to assess the situation, even after we have made it so easy for you to understand. Basically, I know even if I give you time, you will not be able to make a proper assessment why these sort of news are being published. There are two main reasons why. For example, the news we are discussing today, CIA brutally tortures Al-Qaeda suspects after 9/11. Al-Qaeda suspects. So one of the reasons is this is being sent as a reminder to all of you, to the ISIS recruits and to the ISIS sympathizers, that this is the fate you're going to meet with. This is your destiny. And if this happens to be your destiny, it is a rightful destiny. There is no wrong in it. Because in fact, you have betrayed Allah by joining a Zionist organization, a Zionist group. Don't you read, don't you understand that who is supplying them the arms? It's the US who is supplying the arms for US interests. And you're serving Zionist interests and Zionist agenda. And you claim to be Muslims. All nonsensical claims you people make. So this is the fate. This is being sent as a reminder that this is the fate you're going to meet with. And the description given is about real torture. So it's being publicized now for a second, more important reason. And that reason being, it is against the ethics of the general masses of the US. I mean, these sort of brutalities are unheard of and unacceptable to any civilized society. So what will happen is, basically these sort of news are being exposed by the Zionists, the Israelis, so that there is a rising anger amongst the Americans against their own government. And this will slowly help to destabilize the American political scenario. And once that happens, it will be easy for Israel to take on the role of the ruling state in the world. So these are things which are being done very subtly. For those who have the intellectual capability, even the basic intellectual acumen, they should easily be able to understand these things. Two reasons. Number one, which is a reminder to the brainwashed Muslim recruits, I should say, and the brainwashed Muslim sympathizers of ISIS, I should say, that this is the fate and this is the torture that you're going to meet with. I mean, the moment you decide, basically you have made the Zionists as your Lord. You have committed the act of shirk. And I'm using very strong words, and I take full responsibility what I am speaking today and the words that I'm using today. You have made the Zionists your lords. Do you know how? You have committed the act of shirk. Do you know how? You have made them your masters. You're taking instructions from them. And once you begin taking instructions from them, you cannot at any stage later at any stage, you cannot disobey them. This is what happened to those who were installed by the US and later overthrown. Look at the example of Saddam Hussein. Look at the example in front of your eyes of Hosni Mubarak and then of Morsi. And there's so many, Gaddafi, you name it. And look at these examples. You people who support the ISIS and who join the ISIS, you come with an expiry date. When the Zionist objectives would have been achieved, they will just throw you out, just as they have thrown out Saddam Hussein and dealt with him and finished him off. And just as they have dealt with Gaddafi and with Hosni Mubarak and with Morsi. That is your fate. So that is the first purpose. And the second, which is the more important purpose, is the destabilization in the American political scenario, so that the superpower status, the ruling state status of America slowly comes to an end, and simultaneously Israel rises to prominence. So the shift of power from Britain to America and now from America to Israel. So the Jal's third day, it's moving towards the Jal's third day. And if it's difficult for you to understand the background, please refer to some of my talks. You may listen to if you want to, if you prefer to. Please do watch the retreat videos to have better clarity. So we are entering the Jal's third days. Remember, 40 days on the face of the earth. The first day, that was Britain's rule. The second day was America's rule. And the third day, which is Israel's rule, this is coming to prominence. And the Jal's second day, America's rule is coming to an end. So the American political scenario destabilization and simultaneous rise and seamless transfer of power to Israel is being made easy by these sort of news, basically hinting the brutality which the American government has treated human beings. Basically, these are human beings. And people, whether Americans or Christians or whoever, most people have basic dignity and ethics. They are not cruel at heart by nature. So they will realize and understand the brutality with which their fellow human beings have been treated to by the Americans, by their own government, and they will rise against their own government. And this has always been the plan, to bring down America now, and so that Israel can rise to prominence. I think it's pretty plain and simple. And again, as I said, it seems that ISIS will not go away from the news. So now 60 women joined an all women ISIS group, and all of them are from Britain. So it seems that not only are the men being brainwashed, but women, Muslim women, are being brainwashed in large numbers. And whether it's Muslim men or Muslim women who are being brainwashed, and whoever decides to join ISIS, it's one and the same. There's no difference. They're being brainwashed, and they will have to pay the price for their mistake in the hereafter, when they stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment, and before that in their own graves. And let them be prepared for that.